Hey guys, Supersonic123 aka John here, welcome to episode number 39 of the Everton Career Mode. Today's episode marks the finale of Season 2. We have the last 3 games of the Premier League season on today. No finals, as of course we have been knocked out of the Capital One Cup, the FA Cup, and as of the last episode, the Champions League as well, unfortunately. So the first game of today's episode, first of all, we take on Middlesbrough. We need to keep getting results to keep our lead well intact at the top of fourth place in the Premier League to make sure we have a Champions League place for next season. But I did play a rather well rested team for this game against Middlesbrough because most of the team are absolutely exhausted after the Middlesbrough game, and rightfully so in my opinion. But taking on the unicorn of Middlesbrough for today's episode. First game, and I'll see here in just a minute, right? We're the best defensive team in the league we've conceded 24 goals. That's 2 less than Chelsea. So I know but looks like that we haven't been letting many in this season. It's just a problem in the attack. Anyway, Michy Batshuayi collects the ball here down the wing. Gives the ball inside towards Philip McElhenney, our youth scouted man from Northern Ireland, the potential to be special. Give him his debut in this game. That shot saved by the Middlesbrough keeper. Then Albert Adoma comes down the wing for Middlesbrough. He goes inside his man. Goes round again. He keeps going, Albert Adoma, and it's saved by Tim Howard, the shot, and it's headed over by Evan Tate as it goes out for a goal kick. And the game does finish. Everton 0, Middlesbrough 0 at half time and at full time. That was one of the worst games of FIFA I've ever played. It was just awful. Now actually here giving 3 goals to Philip McElhenney because he has the potential to be special tag, meaning he could very easily hit 90 in only a couple of years from now. I'm going to train him like a madman to make sure that by the end of the series he's like a decent enough player for the first team. Like the last position we really need a player in is winger, but what are you going to do about it? Anyway, for the second game of today's episode, we take on Everton at Goodison Park. We take on Liverpool. What am I talking about? We take on Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, and one time for this game to come. Second last game of the season, the penultimate game, and obviously even though we drew at Middlesbrough, Manchester United also drew against Everton from Albion, to mean that we were still they won something, meaning that our lead of them was cut from 3 points to just 1. Anyway, this is the Liverpool team, as you can see here. Obviously taking on a great rivals at Goodison Park and hoping to get a good result here. Gerard Delafay with the throw in gives it into James McCarthy. James McCarthy feeds the ball into Ross Barkley, who gives the ball to Paco Alcacer, who shot canned back off the post, goes out for an Everton throw in again. From that resulting throw in, Leighton Baines gives it to Ross Barkley here. He cuts inside. Threads it through to James McCarthy. James McCarthy shoots, and James McCarthy makes it Everton 1, Liverpool 0 after just over 15 minutes into the game. No chance of someone winning there, and James McCarthy makes it 1-0 to Everton. Fantastic control from the Irish international as Barkley, our young attacking midfielder, gets in the ball here. It's a great shot from James McCarthy, I'll be honest, right? Like the finesse-footed shot from the right-footed shot from James McCarthy, our centre midfielder. It comes back in off the inside of the post and into the back of the net to make it Everton 1, Liverpool 0. Delighted with that, and let's see if we can hold on to our lead there. So after that then, Alberto Moreno picked up the ball for Liverpool, who loses out to Gerard Delafeu. Delafeu finding Paco Alcacer, and his shot again hits the post. That's the 3rd time he hit the post in this game. Obviously, one of them being the goal from James McCarthy. Following that then, Liverpool retaliate. Granit Xhaka, ironically, finding Lallana, finding Nathaniel Clyde, and then Daniel Sturridge with the header. It loops over the head of Tim Howard and into the back of the net to make it Everton 1, Liverpool 1. So an equaliser for Liverpool. Devastating, of course, to concede and to give away our lead so easily, really. But then we would try and regain our lead with Callum Chambers finding James McCarthy. James McCarthy swivels inside, finds Alcacer, who finds Ross Barkley. And Ross Barkley with a diving shot, puts the ball past him on the Liverpool 1, with 5 minutes to go in the first half. We will take our lead against our bitter rivals Liverpool. Fantastic bit of play here, and again someone he tried to get a dub to that. He kind of dived backwards though, which is the way he dived the ball was just a bit unorthodox, if anything, in my opinion. But with 5 minutes to go in the half, we make it Everton 2, Liverpool 1. So as you see here, we did edge the stats at the 45-minute mark, and then Liverpool, Nathaniel Klein getting the crossing again. It's saved by Tim Howard. He tries to throw it out short, but it falls to Christian Benteke and Daniel Sturridge, and Daniel Sturridge gets a second goal of the game to make it 2-2. Was absolutely distraught, and he does his stupid dance celebration, whatever that's supposed to be. But absolutely gutting for us to concede a second here. To make it Everton 2, Liverpool 2. He just bowls it out, Tim Howard, and 9 times out of 10 that goes to an Everton player. But not this time. This is the one time. This is like the one time when we needed it to go to an Everton man. Just unacceptable that. Anyway, following that, we were trying to regain a lead again with Daniele Baselli playing in Paco Alcacer, who turns inside onto his right foot and he fires the ball into the bottom corner to make it Everton 3, Liverpool 2. 5 goals so far at the 65-minute mark in this Merseyside derby. It's certainly everything that was boring about the Middlesbrough game was the opposite of the case in this game against Liverpool, because we were just end-to-end stuff, just a thrilling derby match. You know, the top 4 place at 6 for both of these sides. With a win, we could effectively eliminate Liverpool from the top 4 race, although realistically they would need a win in either case. But fantastic finish from Paco Alcacer to make it Everton 3, Liverpool 2. With his 4th Premier League goal of the season. The £40 million man, well, he might have paid £10 million a goal so far, but I'm sure he'll repay that in very soon, that is. Anyway, Nathaniel Klein here, again getting down this right-hand side. He's a real danger man, isn't he, Klein? He cuts inside, goes past John Stones, I believe that is, turns inside again, gets past Andre Carrillo, plays in James Milner, who finds Mario Balotelli, the shot saved. Phil Jagielka picks the ball up, and the threat is gone. Then with 50 minutes remaining, Daniele Baselli again looks to the wing to find Andre Carrillo, turns inside into his right foot, plays in Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley shot saved by Simon Mignolet, held by the Belgian, and it remains 3-2. Following that then, Liverpool look for an equaliser again with Roberto Firmino playing the ball forward. Alberto Moreno picks it up, plays it 1-2 Christian Benteke, and then fires past Tim Howard at his near post to make it Everton 3, Liverpool 3. A 6-goal thriller at Goodison Park, and with 10 minutes remaining as well, Alberto Moreno with a good passage of play with the 1-2 with Christian Benteke was past the defence with relative ease, and Tim Howard would be disappointed to have been beaten at his near post like that, but that's just how it goes, isn't it? A stinging shot from Moreno, and the man who is slated by Liverpool fans in real life makes it 3-3, and it just finished 3-3 as well. So unfortunate to drop points, but this is the time when Man United drew against West Bromwich Albion to mean it stays at 1 point and they don't overtake us in the table. So that's obviously lovely. As you see, there we're 1 point ahead of Manchester United in 4th place going into this final game of the season away against Sheffield Wednesday. We had our fate in our own hands here, with us being a point ahead of Manchester United, with Man United hosting Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. But regardless of that, we would have been the favourites for this game against Sheffield Wednesday. It's not a very strong side. I'm not sure how this is not promoted to the Premier League, to be honest. And I'm not sure if these guys had their relegation confirmed or if they were just still in the hunt at that stage. But regardless, we do put out a full strength side because we had a full week's break from that Liverpool game for once for this game against Sheffield Wednesday, meaning we could field a full strength side like we did against Liverpool. Ross Barkley would get the ball rolling here, playing in Paco Alcacer. Paco Alcacer turns inside his man, sees the run of Callum Chambers getting forward, and Callum Chambers fires into the back of the net to make it Sheffield Wednesday 0, Everton 1. And Callum Chambers, who have been really impressed with as a replacement for Seamus Coleman, has repaid us again with this goal here at Hillsborough. Good work from Paco Alcacer to keep the ball, plays in Callum Chambers, and Callum Chambers finishes with a plum past the Irish goalkeeper Kieran Westwood to make it 1-0 to Everton and give us the lead here. I don't know what he was doing far up in that position, like so central, you know. He just went for a wander and he ended up firing into the back of the net, so that's obviously nice. Getting his second Premier League goal this season. I believe he also scored against Aberdeen in the Champions League qualifiers, like playoff round back in the day. Then James McCarthy would have the ball here, fights off a couple of men, finds Gerard Deulofeu, and his shot hits the post, and it dribbles along the line, or it bounces along the line and goes out eventually. Following that then, Ross Barkley nearly has a shot here, and then he does have the shot eventually after winning the ball back. Then Sheffield Wednesday would come forward for more or less their first attack of the game. Ball comes in towards Forestieri, but his header is well matched by Tim Howard. Tim Howard catching the ball relatively easily, and it was Sheffield Wednesday 0, Everton 1 at half time. Then Gerard Deulofeu cut inside his man onto his left foot, as he loves to do. Plays the ball inside to Daniele Baselli. He has a shot from long range, but it goes over the bar and out for a Sheffield Wednesday goal kick. Following that then, Baselli plays the ball in to Andre Carrillo. Andre Carrillo hits the post with his finesse shot. We're trying to kill off Sheffield Wednesday here. We're trying to bag ourselves the win here. As Baselli plays in Ross Barkley, and that shot again is saved by Kieran Westwood. We're trying to put Sheffield Wednesday to the sword, and then they hit it on the counter-attack here. Felipe Melo with the shot, saved by Tim Howard. It bounces up into the air, and Hutchinson heads into the back of the empty net to make it Sheffield Wednesday 1. Typical of my luck, really. We're dominating the game, trying to put Wednesday to the sword, and then they come up from a counter-attack against them to play and equalise. It's just typical. This is typical of me playing FIFA. But we would have to find a winner, and Ross Barkley will get us it played in by the substitute Hesse. And as we knew, Man United were winning comfortably against Crystal Palace. We would be slipping into the Europa League if we couldn't find a winner. But as you see here, with Hesse finding Ross Barkley, we would indeed. Final game of the Premier League season. This goal, as it is, would wrap up our top 4 place and make sure we have Champions League football for our 3rd and final season with Everton. And collapsed on the ground. Enjoy Ross Barkley as we take the lead again. And it does finish Sheffield Wednesday 1, Everton 2. So as you see, the final Premier League table, we finished 4th, a single point ahead of Manchester United. Manchester City hadn't played their final game as of that point. And you see Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday, and Derby getting relegated. And as you see there, Sheffield Wednesday were a fair bit adrift at that point, as were Derby County and Middlesbrough, really, even though they had a game in hand at that point. So yeah, offer a contract to this guy Joe O'Reilly because he asked for one, more or less. I see some player training here. You're going to see a lot of player training. That's mostly what the rest of this episode is going to be. The remaining 2 minutes or so, 2.5 minutes really. And then Christian Smith is 59 overall left winger, 89 to 92 potential. We offer him a contract. And they both accept. So you're gonna see those 2 guys right now. Joe O'Reilly, here at the club since 2017, his status isn't showing up because he hasn't had 60 overall yet. But these are his stats. Looks pretty decent, and from the Republic of Ireland. And then Christian Smith, the 59 overall man. These are his stats. 4-star weak foot, as you see, and can play a cam as well from England. Then you see some more player training here with Philip McElhenney, our wonder kid, and Josh Cracknell, Ashley Cole's regen, as Cracknell hit 72 and McElhenney hit 61. I want Philip McElhenney to be at least 75 overall by the finale of the series. I want to train him into an absolute world beater. You see, I'm training his free kicks to make him like a free kick monster. 62 free kick accuracy is pretty decent. It's actually, if a player's good at something, or if it's one of their stronger points, they'll be around their overall. And he's got 62 free kick accuracy at 62 overall as well. So as you see, he must have increased one naturally, as of course we entered the month of June and the overalls were updated. And we've just one more training session after this, I believe. Yeah, after this here is the last training session here, featuring McElhenney and Paul Robson, the Scot, who has played a couple of games for us and had a compared to players who had 65 overall. To finish off the episode, then, and to finish off season 2, we have an end of season squad report, and as you have a look at how our squad this season has progressed. It's a very, very good Everton side. We have a couple of weak points, like right back would be where I'm pointing out. And as you see here, I go back to show you that Phil Jagielka is retiring at the end of the season. So I wanted to buy a backup centre back in January. So it looks like we're gonna have to buy 2 in the summer with Jagielka retiring. We're not gonna get his regen or anything because he's not gonna be very good, to be honest, right? But if you have a look at how the players have grown, some players have grown by a decent amount. Hete gone up to 80, as you see there. Most of the players going down. And to finish up the episode, then we see that James McCarthy wants to stay at Everton. So I'll see you for the start of season 3 in the next episode, guys. Have a good one and